just the application process, and if I understand it correctly, if we even are approved for it, we could choose not to
Yeah.
accept and move forward with
Yeah,
it.
I would think so. There'd be nothing that would be binding, that's typically how we do it.
Okay.
Isn't there something on the books for like 970,000 or 997,000? Is that just for the well project?
That one is, yeah.
Okay.
That's, and
So
so what
that's
we're
already
doing,
spoken for, we can't siphon any money off from that, but
right, that's a different project. So what we're looking at with that one is, getting well 2 up right now, we currently only run on, well 4. And so our max output there is about 250 to 275 gallons a minute. We sell and lose whatever around 350 gallons a minute. We're also buying 200 gallons a minute from Missouri American. My hopes are we get another well going that can produce about 200 gallons a minute. And then we've got a capacity of about 500, give or take. Because one day it's going to be running 290 and the next day 230. So if we get the capacity up, maybe we can reduce our dependency on Missouri American when the contract comes due in 27, I believe. Then maybe we can negotiate for a reduction in what our minimum purchase is. Right now it's 200 gallons a minute. I'd like to see it 50. Well, Bob help us probably with those calculations, but I think 50 gallons a minute minimum would be a lot better for us.
what was it a couple of years ago, 350 or?
It's always been 200. We've had
No, I know our minimum didn't change, but wasn't we buying like a lot more than that at one
And we
time?
have that major.
We had a manual we couldn't find,
We
we
can find.
actually helped our RWA helped us come in and find that one. It was about a 300 gallon a minute leak that, just didn't really, a place you wouldn't pay. And
So
so,
the bottom of that
yeah,
hall, I don't know what that was, what hall it is.
yeah, that's what it was. So Missouri American will always be in our life some way or another because we have to have them as a backup. But I think if we get all of this done, we won't be so dependent on
We're
them.
the backup for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll
Other questions? Yeah, that person has questions. Other questions for Bob? I mean, he would be the professional to ask.
That's what's wrong with our,
they're just all out, but, once you shut a well down, it kind of just sits there and rests and goes. So they didn't have them, the one in Empire, I think in 2009 or 10, we got it back going for a while, and then the pressure tank exploded kind of out the back, just from age. So that one works a little different, that one's not gravity, everything else in town's gravity, that one's, has a booster pump to get the pressure up. So that's, getting those two systems to work together, is probably a little more than I know how to do as far as what would be required to get that going, but I would assume that at least a new pressure tank, a new storage tank, and some booster pumps of some sort. But, eventually maybe we can try to get that one online too, but having well 2 and well 4 both pumping into the tower is gonna be nice because we can cycle them when we need to, or we can use them both if the situation allows, we need more water. Then the other well would be well 1, and it's on the south end of the lot of the, public works. They said it would not be feasible to run 1 and 2 because they're so close together.
And they have the same water rights, so you're
ongoing.
yeah, you're just using one for it.
How much difference does it cost to make water or buy water?
I don't know that we run those numbers. I know that to make water, we're just looking at,
It's just as easy to not pump water and buy it all from Missouri?
oh no. Because all we're out with making it is,
Well, you're out to rebuild it, you're gonna rebuild it again in a few years, you're gonna rebuild it again in a few years.
you're talking when we replace a pump with $50,000 or $60,000 for our monthly bill at, or our yearly bill, I guess, at Missouri American's in the $275,000 range. So.
Yeah, it shows you that utility cost, you got maintenance that you got.
Right.
So what's the difference per minute is what I like to kind of know.
We can get
What
that
it costs to
calculation.
buy versus to
Yeah.
produce.
Yeah.
Maybe you're better off just not even digging any structural well.
We had some rough numbers when we first started this of how much of a difference it would pay off over time, but I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, I mean, what's our return? I mean, that's business, right? What's our return?
Yeah.
How many years? You know,
If Missouri American can pump it to us and make money, and we don't.
it costs money to make money.
Well, that's true.
So you pay $275,000 a year for that.
That's one of those, the lower end.
That's our compact now, I believe. And you figure, I had it figured out to a gallon, because when I figure out, like, the sometimes what they cost, if I put that in there, so I can get that figure for you, but it's gonna be just completely out of whack. You'd be better off to sell a water system than during that completely, but.
If you bought a
What's the
pump,
problem too?
if you bought a well pump every 5 years for $50,000, you don't have to have an electric bill to get up to.
This would be nice knowing.
I don't think we're spending more than
Yep.
15,000 a month on all of our electric. So I don't think it's. Just depends on,
For light bills, and the light bills run like 5 or 6 grand a month, so. And sewer system, and yeah, there's a lot to it.
Other comments? No, nothing else for Bob? Alright, thank you, Bob.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, so we will close the hearing officially. So in your packets, there are 2 resolutions. What's the first? And I need them. Okay. So, if you want to proceed, what would be?
One other question, I guess.
Yes, sir, sorry.
It's not too late.
Yeah.
I need to put some sort of statement in the engineering report about how the city wants to do the private side. Yeah, I can just say that we plan to do that in some fashion.
I think that we would say that at this point, but I think we're about two different meetings and discussions away from making that kind of determination.
I don't know that there's any implications.
I don't know that that'll be needed before the plans are submitted, probably,
Okay,
so
maybe
we're
that's
talking in a year from now.
Okay.
What he's talking about is if we go in and replace your service line to your house, is that your expense or the city's expense? Really, it's your expense, but if we're requiring it, then does the city wanna pay for that and let that be reimbursed back to the city, or do we want to just cover it all? So that's a conversation that we need to have.
I don't like
Just do that.
No, you mind fine, I don't care. But that can be decided later, is that,
We need to have that conversation, but it's probably a committee item,
okay.
so.
Will that work for whatever you
I think
guys
so.
need
I
right
think,
now?
yeah, one way or another.
Okay.
That should be fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, so if you want to move forward with this, again, this is just the application for both of these loans. We would have 2 separate resolutions. One would be for the inventory project, which would be resolution 25-17, and then the second would be for the actual repair of the lead service lines, which would be 25-18.
You need them both in separate, never mind. I make a motion that we, move forward with resolution 25-17, wanna do that one first, I guess?
Sure. All right, we have a motion by Bob Latour to move forward with resolution 25-17, which this is the application, regarding a loan from the Kansas Public Water Supply Loan Fund for the inventory, completion.
Second.
We have a second by Jamie Jackson. All in favor? Any opposed? And then the next one would be resolution 25-18. Again, this is for actually, going in and replacing all the lines needed.
I make a motion that we proceed with resolution 25-18, to reflect the actual repair of what needs to be repaired.
Well, I got a question. We don't know what needs to be repaired, how do we know how much it's gonna cost? That's what the first loan's about, is finding out what lines we really have
This
back,
is just,
right?
the first one is to finish the inventory.
Yeah, that's to find out how much we actually have back, right?
Out of 1,350, we're running at 75 on those.
Because
And if we get to something and it's
I don't wanna have to
inventory
go
wrong.
twice, right?
Right. If we get to something that's been inventory wrong and it's already, doesn't need replaced, then we'll replace it, and that's money we won't spend. This is all maximum worst case scenario. I mean, mean, as far as you can say that with construction.
Yeah, these whole type of projects are kind of a guess in terms of, yeah, until you've been out there and dug everything up and checked it, you're just trying to get enough money in there to make sure.
Right,
we have it, you know.
right.
Alright, so I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion by Bob. Bob, you still with the motion?
Yes, ma'am.
We have a motion by Bob, to move forward with resolution 25-18. This is again the application, to the Kansas Department of Health and Environment regarding a loan from the Kansas Public Water Supply Loan to replace all the lead service line needed. Second by Lauren Harding, all in favor? Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Tracy. Carrie Spoon with the Southeast Kansas Regional Planning Commission. Does your council give any motions for the other forms that need signed as well, or the applications? The applications, certification of locking.
Yeah, let's go ahead. I don't know if we need to, but I guess it would hurt, right? So these would be for the to actually fill out and submit the application.
Both applications, since they have to be two separate ones, have a certification against, regarding lobbying. And then the resolutions that were passed, and then an application form as well. We're still in the process of getting all of that information in there, but once I have all the data in there and all the boxes checked, it will be your signature as well.
We were reviewing the I just reviewed the resolution, I forgot this, I actually had it earlier, and the resolution approved, we need the mayor or the city clerk to sign the application and the attachments, so I think we should have covered.
Okay, thank you.
And that certificate of regarding lobbying, that was also included in your packets. I don't know if everybody saw that, but if you want to go look at that, I think it was just saying that we would not accept money from, or we wouldn't pay money for anybody.
None of the loan funds will be
Right.
used for lobbying.
Used for employees, yes. All right. Jessica Nugent. Jessica, okay. Christina Turner.
Well, mine is a fun topic. So, at the Route 66 meeting, I found out that it's the city that makes the call on the fountains that are at the Happy Lake Park. We would like, and I mean by family, church, both sides. Anyway, we would really like to see those restored before prom pictures next year. And so, of course, I went over to kind of lift and see how heavy it is, to how many people might it take to put that up there. Do I need to run that by you guys?
They've been removed.
The whole entire fountains have been removed? Oh,
We took them out today, they're not repairable, we've been throwing money at those for years. They don't match anything down there, they don't match anything, so, you know, some of them are even of questionable artistic imagination, so they're gone.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, well, we know Neil Ogilvy has joined the meeting. Hello, Neil. Okay. All right, Grady's Place, is this a road closure item?
Yes. He is, can I get the resolution? It's the same resolution as usual. He needs the 4th Street from Short Street to Main Street closed for an extension of the COD. Well, at least one person, but he has not seen the extension.
4 p.m. to midnight?
Yes.
As usual. This is
It
the,
is him, Howard's, engagement.
this is the resolution.
Yes.
2719. So we've done this many times, so this is, Grady's Place is requesting, short to main closure so they can extend their CMB license from 4 p.m. to midnight, which would be resolution 27-19. Oh, that's fine. 2519.
This will be his, I'm sure he's around 60 years in the state.
I
So motion.
We have a motion by Jamie Jackson to allow, the extension on October 18th under resolution 25-19. Second by Chastity Reynolds, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, Steve Carl.
I wanna thank you for letting me come here today.
Yeah, we're glad you're here.
We, this, my wife and I, just bought a place, Cool Five, South Main. We are trying to bring more people in, and you'll notice we do a little wedding chapel in there. And, you can do it. And what it is we have traveled since, 2019. And we are just wanting to know if we could temporarily put our travel trailer behind the building. I will come up to you, that's my fault. I don't try to hide nothing because I'm too dumb to keep it in. But, I want to see about putting it behind 205 and 207 South Main, which is away from Main, it's behind, the buildings.
Got an alley back there.
Yes, yeah, it's just right off the alley, we've got enough room to put it there. And, we got the utilities in the, 205 to be able to run it, and,
Is there a, do you own the, is that empty lot beside it there, do you, are you buying that, or is something between you and the empty lot?
it's, empty lot is, the front end of us would be there, and, so, but it just, until we can get something more permanent or whatever, it's a hassle to drive 70 miles each way every day, and so I've ended up just staying there. Last night was the first night I slept in a bed, and I woke for a week. Yeah, I couldn't sleep, it was too comfortable. Yeah, I wanted to come to you because I didn't want to, you to run me off.
Well, I noticed a couple travel trailers already on Main Street.
Is there an is that out right now?
Actually, just stored there.
I don't know where the property line is, but
Mr. Hall, can you still get a fire truck down that alley if there's a camper back there?
It would be between the buildings and the, I could probably, so.
We very rarely have to use now and then, so.
Who was the other 207, is that you, Paul?
It'll be on the inside of the telephone pole.
Oh, so the
So
inside.
there's gonna be a telephone pole between the alley and it.
Oh,
So, and Bill Hignite and I, but we have control of that property and we talked about it.
So you guys would be okay with that?
Pardon?
You'd be okay with that?
Yeah,
and it doesn't bother Brian's building either on the other side?
I'm sorry, man.
It doesn't bother Brian's building either on the other side?
Brian on the other side.
There's,
But, no,
I don't know
I can
structure
post it.
behind the building,
Bother Brian.
No.
but.
it'll be completely back on his property and on our side.
How long are you wanting to put it there? Just-
We were just happy to see somebody fixing it up.
Yeah, that's great.
What are we doing here?
205, you know where Brian's place is on the corner?
The little hot rod shop's got the little, it's gonna be a food place, it's just south of that one.
Right on the other side of my shop, Larry.
So that's a good question, how long are you planning on having to have it there?
I'm hoping a month, but I don't know, I don't wanna wear out my welcome, but,
I don't think there's any danger of that.
uh,
I don't think there's any danger of that.
but,
We like to see new
to
business.
me, the work on the building and everything comes first. And, we've got new windows coming in, which everybody that has said anything, they're just tickled to death.
Yeah.
And those 4 windows broken, we've got new ones coming in. Supposed to be December, but we're trying to get it sooner. And, the inside of the structure, we're redoing making it more structurally sound. And,
So is this a two-story? I can't remember. It is? That's two-story? Okay, so you're planning on living upstairs?
whenever the smelter went in, they knocked the second story completely out. And so we had thought about rebuilding that, and that money
No, we have a
situation.
little about-
Not if you have something in the front,
Okay.
if you've got a business or storefront or something like that in the front, you didn't need those.
The front of it's gonna be our retail store, and the back of it is behind that, in the warehouse parts, the little wedding chapel. And it's the smallest, I know I'm probably taking up time. Ripley's, believe it or not, in Guinness Book of World Records, says it's the smallest wedding chapel in use in the world.
I love it.
We have been on Mount Vernon since 2008 with it, and we have done over 500 weddings in it. And I want to bring it here, and we've already got the courage from the county seat to, you know, be able to do weddings. But,
Well, your first one right here could be Miss Jackson. She's always looking for something. She's pretty well known around here, so we'll get it all set up. Don't worry. Well, I'll just have our next council meeting down there.
well, what it is Kansas has got a weird law, a 3-day waiting period, and so we're mainly doing vow renewals, and, get hitched on Route 66.
Oh,
I was a draw to it, yeah.
And, we're really excited, and why didn't you paint in some of the motorcycles?
No, I just was on the outside. I never came on it.
So here's what I would recommend, I mean, you all can do what you want, but I would recommend, giving him the month, but then if, things happen, weather, something like that, then he can report back to us in a month where he is, and, if he needs a little extension, I mean, I feel like we've given up to 6 months before, something
I'd
like
say
that.
at least 3 months.
You wanna do 3 months?
Yeah.
Is that a motion, Lauren?
Yes, that's the motion.
Is that a second by you, Larry? All right, so we have a motion by Lauren Harding, a second by Larry Cure to allow 3 months, for living, in his their travel trailer behind their building there.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Well,
Any
now,
opposed?
thank you very much.
Thank you. We look forward to it.
My wife is gonna be out, we're so good tonight, no, we're not. So, wanna thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Is Bob watching this too?
I gotta get a t-shirt. Yeah, he's probably watching.
All right. Department heads, public works.
John, you went over mine when I had it.
Okay, that's it. Hey, fire department.
Just a couple things, total calls, we've had 367 so far, and then started fire prevention week this week, so between this week and next week, we'll get probably 450 plus kids between Galena schools and Riverton schools, and then Baxter's gonna borrow our trailer at the end of next week to do their school, so we'll probably hit over 600 kids total for the fire.
How many
prevention.
calls did you say you're on?
367.
367 for the year.
I had to drive down there today.
We did. There's a bunch today, so,
What happened?
the fire prevention.
Oh,
Kids coming to fire
okay.
prevention. That's it.
Police department.
We responded from September 15th till October 5th, so basically 2-week period, 132 calls for service, 36 police reports taken, and 10 arrests made, 2 DWIs, and 2 drug cases. And code enforcement had 29 actions for the month, or for the 2-week period. Our 3 new cars are on the ground, the 2 of them are the 2 Durangos will be getting strike package put on them this week. And so we should, as soon as we get the computers up and going, they should be out on the roads.
Awesome. Been busy.
Where are you at on your trucks? Or, I guess you get the trucks.
So 2 of them show that they are waiting for equipment to be put on.
Snowplow?
2 more, no, these are just toolboxes and headache racks on a lot of these big still. The other 2 show shipped, but they don't show that they're there yet, so I'm assuming that's the dealer is shipping, or the manufacturer shipping to the dealer. Sometimes that's 2 weeks, sometimes that's 3 months, depending on where splitter by end of October, probably.
Goes in by the time snow starts flying.
I'm really hoping, that'll really help if we do it.
You get your paint fixed?
It is back to the manufacturer right now, so we should have it, ours, we should have ours hopefully the next 2 weeks, so.
Is that what you?
Yeah, that's it, we'll do a meeting, meeting's already reached out
Oh,
about
good.
the vehicles, so
Good.
we can work on coordinate.
We can put a vote in the Christmas parade this year. Don't forget to look at the new trash truck in the Christmas parade, people love it, it's awesome. City clerk,
I don't really have anything other than Jessica and I went to North Carolina last week to actually do some hands-on training with our software that we're getting ready to switch to. It was pretty informative, but they're still looking at maybe July of next year before we'll switch over completely, because of the implementation part. So, good stuff, good work.
city attorney?
Just a couple things, I will be attending the City Attorneys Association of Kansas, meeting for attorneys on Friday. I think we're gonna talk about some, from our city agenda, that may be really helpful for you guys. The second thing is, I'm gonna be asking the city in a few months to fund a software package to help run the municipal court a little bit better. Let me give you a heads up on that, I'm doing some research to find out how much that's gonna cost. Everything is on paper and manual and super inefficient, especially where I am not very local. So we're trying to figure out, a way to make that happen a little bit easier. I do need an executive session to discuss a potential civil crime against the city, pursuant to ASA 754319-2, with regard to a civil claim by, Beard Investments.
Anybody specific you wanna keep in?
So, probably I'd say about 7 minutes, and I think the city council, city superintendent, city attorney will be present.
Okay, so that would be,
And the mayor, sorry about that.
that would be 6:34 to 6:41. Motion as he made it. Okay, so we have a motion by Bob Turner, to accept